Amid extreme epidemic prevention, peasants in China had to work secretly in the fields out of the need for survival. But they were caught and were forced to apologize publicly. Popular tourist regions have also fallen victim to the epidemic, devastating the tourism industry. Peasants were caught working in the fields during the epidemic control period and were forced to apologize. According to Chinese official media, Farmers Daily, on August 2nd, a peasant in Henan province was forced to apologize to all villagers 10 times with a loudspeaker after being caught working on crops during the epidemic control period. The elderly peasant said, "I was caught because I went to the fields to apply chemicals. Don't follow me, don't go out, stay put at home." A prompt was heard on the footage saying, "Say which village you are from. Say it 10 times, 10 times." On August 8th, the local Epidemic Prevention and Control Office responded to this incident, saying the matter wasn't under its jurisdiction and what happened after it wasn't clear, but it stressed the entire county needed to be at a standstill. The whole area needed to be enclosed and sealed to ensure complete isolation, including isolation between villages, households, and individuals. The area-wide lockdown will now be extended until August 15th. At present, there is no solution yet on how to get peasants to the fields so they can perform their farm work. People might stay still under the epidemic, but crops can't. Agricultural production has its inherent cycle and seasonal rhythm and can't be stopped or held off. Failure to keep up with key steps is likely to affect the harvest of a season or even a year. The beginning of autumn, one of the solar terms, is the peak season for pests and diseases of crops like rice, corn, vegetables, and others, as well as the critical period for the formation of autumn food production. As a result, this incident garnered a lot of attention in mainland China. Netizens made various comments such as, "Silence the production sector again for the sake of keeping their jobs. They are so rigid and use such mechanical practices, disregarding agricultural production and people's lives. Absolutely not acceptable." Not allowing people to grow food? To put it more seriously, isn't this a subversion of national security? They don't spend much time thinking about how to prevent outbreaks while keeping production in an orderly manner. All they care about is how to keep their jobs. Netizens also came up with various solutions, like, let the people who can go out, like epidemic prevention personnel and volunteers, to manage the crops. Give each peasant 1,000 RMB per month as living expenses. They won't come out then. Otherwise, how could they survive? It is worth mentioning that another elderly peasant in Hebei province was also caught when he hurried to work in the field during the epidemic control period. He was asked to apologize to the whole village with a loudspeaker as well. A video circulated online shows dots of light in the darkness of the night. A man commented on it by saying, "Over history, people have done all sorts of things in secrecy, but never have I seen people have to do farm work in secrecy." But that's the reality in Qian'an, Hebei, caring for crops at night secretively. Common people are really at their wits' end. An elderly peasant apologized to the whole village on the mic. "I was in a hurry to go down to the field to plant. The police patrol saw me and caught me, criticizing me harshly." A netizen commented, "I want to cry when I see it. What kind of world is this? Now people have to go at night to care for crops stealthily? It's absurd, unprecedentedly." Most of China's popular tourist destinations have fallen victim to the outbreak. The tourism industry has been hit hard. In August, just after the beginning of autumn, a solar term, popular tourist destinations such as Hainan, Tibet, Xinjiang, and Gansu have all pressed the pause button due to the sudden outbreak. Not only does it devastate the tourism industry, but the epidemic has also spread throughout the country as people return to their hometowns, forcing tourists in transit to stop their trips or even be quarantined on the spot due to the severe city lockdowns imposed without notice. The summer season is the longest peak season for tourism. According to Ctrip's financial report, revenue in the third quarter, which contains the summer season, usually accounts for about 1/3 of the annual revenue. In addition, Guangzhou and the Yangtze River Delta region have been the most important sources of tourists in China every year. Now the main source of tourists is unable to leave home. For the whole month of August, some parts of the region may even be subject to homebound treatment. In addition, there have been numerous flight cancellations due to the ongoing outbreak. According to public data, as of 9:40 a.m. on August 3rd, hundreds of flights were cancelled in cities like Changsha, Wuhan, Zhengzhou, Kunming, Beijing, and Shanghai, with cancellation rates ranging from 26% to 74%. In response to the sudden outbreak, mobile quarantine facilities have been built in various regions where the outbreak has occurred. According to reports, on August 11th, the total number of beds planned to be built in Hainan province reached 15,806, and available beds for patients are currently 4,710. Among them, the total number of beds planned for Sanya City, where the outbreak is most severe, has reached almost 4,000, with nearly 2,000 currently available. Haikou City has planned a total of 5,778 beds, of which 1,422 are currently available. The total number of beds planned for Danzhou, another city in Hainan, is 6,200, with 1,460 available at present. One city in Xinjiang is also in the process of building a concentration camp for quarantine. Urumqi, the capital of Xinjiang, is under lockdown. Tourists are rushing to the airport to flee the city. The international airport in Urumqi was overcrowded. The fleeing passengers no longer cared about the safety distance. They care not about the virus, but about their lives. While for the time being, due to the massive cancellation of flights, many stranded tourists were bunking at the airport. Even the doors of the airport police station were blocked as a result. With its abrupt lockdown, Urumqi has become a ghost town instantly. The only thing the local residents can do at the moment is to line up for nucleic acid testing. A large number of tourists are stranded at a tourist attraction in Xinjiang, lining up for full nucleic acid testing. Nucleic acid testing is being conducted on the entire population in a county of Tibet.